Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving headfirst into the adrenaline-pumping, high-stakes world of online mega sales. I mean, you know exactly the events I'm talking about, right? The ones that literally take over your entire screen, flood your inbox, and promise you the absolute best deals of the entire year. Well, today, we're going to peel back the curtain to uncover what is really happening behind the scenes of these massive digital shopping events.
Right out of the gate, boom. You hit the homepage, and what do you see? Massive, bold banners practically screaming at you, 70% off. You've got flashing countdown timers ticking away the milliseconds, alerts popping up telling you, hey, thousands of people are looking at this exact same item. It is a total rush. It totally mimics that frantic urgency of a massive crowd storming into a physical store, but it's happening right there on your phone. You gotta move fast. You gotta grab the deal before it's gone. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Your heart rate actually goes up. But honestly, amidst all this chaotic excitement, okay, let's dive into this because there is a massive core question staring right at us. Tum save kar rahe ho ya zyada spend? Are you saving money or are you actually just spending more? It's such a brilliant hook because it instantly forces us to hit pause and evaluate that wild rush we just felt. When you see that giant discount, your brain immediately registers a win. But are you actually winning? Let's trace exactly how we usually behave when we're thrown into this kind of environment.
So think about your own psychology when this happens. First off, you see that massive discount. And because the deal just looks so incredibly good, you start tossing things into your digital cart that you absolutely never ever planned to buy. A new pair of headphones? Hey, why not? They're half off. 3 shirts instead of the one you actually needed? It's a steal, right? And boom, that's where the dopamine rush hits. Adding these discounted items feels incredibly rewarding. It's fun. You really feel like this savvy shopper who's somehow beating the system.
But here's the catch. In the heat of the moment, completely blinded by all those slashed prices, something else is quietly happening. Your cart total is just climbing, and climbing, and climbing. You came in planning to buy a $20 item that was on sale for $10, but suddenly your cart is sitting at $150. Impulse buying has completely taken the wheel. And you know what? We end up justifying every single addition just because of the perceived savings attached to it. And then we take a breath. We step back from the flashing lights and the ticking clocks. Because right here is where we need to peel back that shiny, exciting exterior of the mega sale. It's time to expose the stark reality lurking right beneath the surface. The illusion breaks.
So, on one hand, you see these massive, unbelievable price drops that trigger your dopamine. But the reality? Inflated original prices. You see, retailers often deliberately mark up the base price of an item right before a sale. They push it to this artificial high, just so they can heavily discount it back down to its normal price or maybe just a tiny bit below it. So you aren't actually getting 70% off the real value. You're getting a discount off a completely made-up number.
And this brilliantly illustrates what we call the fake discount. It is a calculated, deeply deceptive psychological trick. By artificially raising that base price right before the event, retailers are manipulating your perception of value. You genuinely think you are getting the deal of a lifetime, but mathematically, you are playing right into a carefully designed trap. It is not a real saving opportunity, guys. It's a total mirage.
So how do they prevent you from realizing it's a mirage? Well, they use the urgency trap. They hit you with flashing countdown timers, low stock alerts, screaming only 2 left at this price. They pile on intense, limited time pressure. And these tactics are specifically engineered to bypass the logical part of your brain. Think about it. If you had an hour to actually think about the purchase, you'd check price histories, you'd realize you don't even need the item. But the timer, it forces a quick, panicked decision, triggering that unnecessary impulse buy before you can even do the math.
Let's move to and see how this builds into very real financial consequences. Adding 3 unneeded shirts or an extra pair of headphones might give you the perceived feeling that you're saving $80. But the reality check? That is $160 of actual money lost. By buying things you literally never intended to buy, you've completely wiped out any minor savings you might have actually achieved. At the end of the day, you are fundamentally overspending.
The reality is just painfully clear. While you might imagine you're saving a little bit of money, getting that warm, fuzzy feeling of grabbing a great deal, the actual cash leaving your bank account absolutely dwarfs it. You simply cannot save your way into wealth by spending money on things you don't need. The pure mathematical truth of the sale is just a massive transfer of your wealth to the retailer, cleverly disguised as a huge favor to you.
So the crucial point is, sale तुम्हें पैसे बचाने के लिए नहीं होती.
तुमसे ज़्यादा पैसे निकलवाने के लिए होती है। Sales are not there to save you money. They're there to extract more money from you. Just let that sink in for a second. The entire architecture of the event, the bright colors, the ticking timers, the completely fake original prices, it's a highly optimized machine designed with one single goal: to maximize the exact amount of money you leave behind.
Which really leaves us with this final, vital question. The next time your screen lights up with fireworks, a ticking clock, and a massive banner promising the biggest savings of the entire year, what will you do? Will you let the adrenaline take over, or will you see straight through the inflated numbers and the urgency traps? Are you going to fall for the illusion, or are you going to keep your money exactly where it belongs? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy and careful shopping.